Behavior therapy stands as a prominent approach within the realm of psychotherapy, focusing on the principles of learning theory to address maladaptive behaviors and promote positive change. Hi guys, welcome to this channel. In this video, we delve into the methodology of behavior therapy, including its treatment methods, behavioral techniques, and their applications in clinical practice. If you like the content of this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. So let's get into it. Rooted in the belief that behavior is shaped by environmental factors, behavior therapy employs a systematic, goal-oriented approach to target specific behaviors and their underlying mechanisms. Method of treatment. Number 1. Maintaining factors. Maintaining factors are environmental or internal stimuli that sustain or reinforce maladaptive behaviors. By identifying maintaining factors, therapists gain insights into the mechanisms that perpetuate problematic behaviors and develop targeted interventions to address them. Number 2. Antecedent factors. Antecedent factors refer to environmental or situational cues that precede or trigger specific behaviors. By identifying antecedent factors, therapists help clients to recognize the situational triggers that lead to maladaptive behaviors and develop strategies to modify their response. Number 3. Faulty behaviors. Faulty behaviors encompass maladaptive patterns of thinking, feeling, or acting that contribute to psychological distress or impairment. Behavior therapy targets faulty behaviors through a variety of techniques aimed at modifying cognitive, emotional, and behavioral responses. Number 4. Antecedent operations and consequent responses. Antecedent operations involve manipulating environmental factors or situational cues to evoke or reduce specific behaviors. Consequent operations involve manipulating reinforcement or punishment contingencies to increase or decrease the likelihood of the behavior occurring again. Number 5. Establishing operations. Establishing operations are environmental or internal conditions that increase the effectiveness of reinforcement or punishment. By manipulating establishing operations, therapists enhance the potency of reinforcement or punishment contingencies to facilitate behavior change. Let's look at a few behavioral techniques that therapists use. Number 1. Classical conditioning. Classical conditioning involves pairing a neutral stimulus with an unconditioned stimulus to evoke a conditioned response. Therapists use classical conditioning techniques to modify emotional responses and associations related to specific stimuli or situations. Number 2. Operant conditioning. Operant conditioning focuses on modifying behaviors through reinforcement or punishment. Therapists employ various operant conditioning techniques to increase desirable behaviors through positive reinforcement, decrease undesirable behaviors through negative reinforcement or punishment, or modify behavioral patterns through differential reinforcement. Number 3. Aversive conditioning. Aversive conditioning involves pairing an aversive stimulus with a target behavior to decrease its occurrence. This technique is utilized to discourage maladaptive behaviors by associating them with unpleasant consequences. Number 4. Differential reinforcement. Differential reinforcement involves reinforcing behaviors that are incompatible with the target behavior while withholding reinforcement for the undesired behavior. This technique promotes the development of alternative adaptive behaviors. Number 5. Token economy. Token economy systems involve rewarding desirable behaviors with tokens or points that can be exchanged for tangible rewards or privileges. Token economies are commonly used in institutional settings to promote positive behavior change. Number 6. Systematic desensitization. Systematic desensitization is a behavioral technique used to treat phobias and anxiety disorders by gradually exposing individuals to fear-inducing stimuli while teaching relaxation techniques. Through repeated exposure and relaxation, individuals learn to tolerate and eventually extinguish their fear response. Number 7. Principle of reciprocal inhibition. The principle of reciprocal inhibition proposes that it is impossible to experience two conflicting emotions simultaneously. Therapists utilize this principle to reduce anxiety and fear by pairing relaxation techniques with anxiety-provoking stimuli, thereby inhibiting the fear response. Number 8. Modeling. Modeling involves demonstrating adaptive behaviors or coping strategies for clients to imitate. Through observation and imitation of modeled behaviors, individuals learn new skills and adaptive responses. Number 9. Relaxation procedures. Relaxation procedures encompass various techniques such as progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing exercises, and guided imagery, aimed at reducing physiological arousal and promoting relaxation in response to stressors or anxiety-provoking stimuli. In conclusion, behavior therapy offers a systematic and evidence-based approach to address maladaptive behaviors and promote positive change. By targeting maintaining factors, antecedent factors, faulty behaviors, and employing a diverse array of behavioral techniques, therapists empower individuals to modify their responses to environmental stimuli, cultivate adaptive behaviors, and enhance psychological well-being. Through the application of behavior therapy principles and techniques, individuals can achieve lasting behavior change and improve their quality of life. So that's it for this video. If you're looking for quality mental health worksheets, please visit my Etsy shop. The link is provided in the description box below. Once again, if you like the content of this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. As always, thanks for watching.